Hi YouTube, I'm Sarah and this is Sis. Can you say hi? Okay, or not. And in today's video, we are going to be sharing some unfortunate experiences that we have had while traveling. So, for those of you that do not know and have not been watching our channel long, we do travel quite a bit. And so, most of these experiences actually happened the first time we ever stayed gone for a whole month in our RV. So we do travel in our motor home, and unfortunately, that is what most of these unfortunate experiences happened in. So, let's go on and get into the video. Okay, so the very first time that we ever had something unfortunate, I guess you could say, happen while traveling, it was our very first trip, like the very first day, and we were staying at this campground near us, and Holly, we all went outside for something, and Holly was inside watching TV, so we didn't think anything about it. And so then Holly locked the door of our motorhome. Did you lock the door on our motorhome? Yeah, that was not good. And we didn't have the keys. Like, the keys were inside the motorhome. And so we couldn't get in. So my dad had to, like, so one of the windows he didn't lock back for some reason. He was doing something, and so the window wasn't locked. So, and our RV is pretty tall, and so my dad had to, what'd you do that for? So my dad had to lift me up, and like I had to slide the window over and crawl in through the window into the seat where Holly was sitting, and then go and unlock the door. So that was unfortunate number one. And unfortunate thing to happen to us number one. And that same trip, a fuse blew in our RV, and it was, where are you going? Please don't leave me. Can you see her? Okay. Okay, so a fuse blew and the RV got really hot, and it was like in the summertime, and so we had to go home from that trip because we just had no hope. So I have notes so I don't forget, because it's like so many things have happened. Are you just unmaking my bed? Oh, well, you're so crazy. Okay, so this is perhaps the most unfortunate thing that happened to us. And so the first time we ever went on a big trip, so when we first started traveling, we started being homeschooled, and we left on January the 1st, 2017, and so we were gone for a whole month. We came back February the 1st. The first day we were on the road, so we were in our motor home, and our dad was driving, and he saw sparks behind us, and so we had a Jeep Wrangler, or Jeep Rubicon, whatever it is, and we were pulling it behind, and Dad saw sparks, but he didn't think anything about it. They just lasted for like a second or whatever. So he went on to a rest stop, and he always goes to check on the car at night to make sure it's like locked and stuff, because we were just gonna sleep in rest stop. And the car, he opened the door, and he could see all the way down to the ground through the bottom of the car. It was, something exploded, and we still don't know what even happened to the thing. It's crazy. And so we had to go to Sulphur Springs, Texas, and there was like this dealership or whatever, and we had to carry it there, and they looked at it and then told us that it was totaled. So we were stranded in Texas, like, so we stayed at a campground, but we couldn't go anywhere because our RV was plugged in with electricity and stuff, and we couldn't go anywhere. So we were there for 2 days. They decided our car was totaled, so then we had to start looking for a new car. Well, the next place we went was San Antonio, Texas, when something else unfortunate happened. We still didn't have a car, and we just, which we didn't really need in San Antonio, because because it's a lot of walking, so we could just ride the bus and walk and stuff. But so the campground we were staying in, it was safe, but there was some homeless people, and they had a rule that you had to lock up your bicycles. But my dad was like, no, it's alright. We've never had our bicycles stolen before. We had 3 bicycles, and that night we came home from the city and 2 of our bicycles were stolen. So we had to buy some more bicycles. That was crazy. They left my bicycle. My bicycle has been through a lot, which y'all will hear about here in a minute. But so then we moved on to El Paso, Texas, which y'all probably heard of. It's in a bunch of songs and stuff. It's not really much of anything there, but we went there because they have a lot. They're known for like selling cars and like a bunch of cheap cars and stuff, but we didn't really find anything there. But some of our neighbors that were staying like right beside us in this in the campground in a camper, they carried us around to look at cars, which is kind of funny. But so then we went to Tucson, Arizona, which is like one of my favorite places. I love Tucson. It's so pretty, and all the cactuses. Cactuses don't like me, but so Holly, are you getting tired? So in Tucson, we rented a car and we looked all over for a car, and so in our rental car, while we were looking, I found this car that I was like, hey, this looks like a good car. It already has like the stuff on it that you need to tow a car. So like you have to have certain equipment to tow a car behind an RV. And the car, so I found this car on like, I don't know if it was on eBay. I don't know what it was on. It was just like, oh, it was on Craigslist. Okay, it was on Craigslist. And I still have the screenshot on my phone, and so that's the car we have now. So we ended up buying a car that I found in Tucson, Arizona. It's a Jeep Patriot, and it's a good car, and it's just crazy. We finally found one, and we were like, I don't know, how long did we go without a car? 5 days? It seems like a lot longer than that because we kept going from city to city, and we weren't able to do a whole lot in each city because we didn't have a car, but that's okay. Okay, so the next unfortunate thing that happened to us, let me tell you, most of these things that I'm talking about have to do with like cars and wrecks. Actually, like all of them, and bicycles. But so we were going up north, we were going to Maine. We were just hitting all the states on our way to Maine. And so we were in Connecticut, and this white van, which is already sketch, you know, my dad feels like a little push on the thing, and he was like, what's happening? And so he sees this white van drive beside us, and the people were like hanging out the windows, like just going crazy. They were drunk and like high and stuff, and they were just going crazy. And so Dad pulled over, and it turned out they had hit the back of our car that we had just bought like a few months before, that took us so long to find it, and our entire backside of our car, like the glass on the hatch, was just shattered. And so we had to pull over, and like our bicycles, which were on the back of our car on a bike rack, fell off on the interstate, and the police had to like come and like help us. And the people that hit us, actually like a few miles past, had flipped their car because they were just driving so crazy, and they were like drunk and stuff. And so their car flipped, and they found their license plate stuck inside of our bicycles, and they had to go, don't leave me again. Where are you going? I'll keep talking and see if she comes back in a minute. But so they found their license plate in our bicycles, which they had to go get our bicycles, which were like a few miles behind us on the interstate. And so one of our bicycles, at this point we only had 2 bicycles because we went and bought another one after they were stolen, and we still had my bicycle. Holly, are you trying to get into my drawers? But and so we only had 2 bicycles now because we just bought one more after they were stolen. And that bicycle that we had just bought was the one that got so bad hurt, and my bicycle now just looks terrible. but it's like, I don't know how it's been through all it's been through, but my bicycle survived. But the license plate of the van was found in the back of our bicycles, which was crazy. Okay, and so something else crazy that happened, we were in New Jersey, and they have like there was a bridge and it was too low, and our RV couldn't fit under. Our RV is like 43 feet tall, and so our RV couldn't fit under it, and so the police had to like come and escort us like on this special path or something on the special road. Okay, so that wasn't too crazy. Not the craziest we've experienced, but it was still kind of crazy because like it was so busy. There were so many cars. Okay, and so then one time we went to Orlando. So y'all know we had Disney season passes for a while, and we had carried some of our friends. Their daughter was doing the Disney College program, and we was also going to see my cousin because she was doing the Disney College program. And so we were at Disney World, and our Jeep that, keep in mind, we had to buy in Tucson, Arizona, and had been hit by some drunk drivers, which we eventually got it fixed. Then it rolled into a tree at Disney World. It wasn't bad messed up, I don't think, but it was okay. It was just like a little scratch. And so on that same trip, when we got home, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We'd stayed a few days at Disney, and so we got home and it was like really, really late, 2 o'clock in the morning, and Dad forgot to put on the brake. And so like our house is kind of tall, and we park our RV right in front of our garage. We have 3 garage doors, and our house is brick. And so he forgot to set the brake, and the RV rolled into the house, and the entire windshield shattered. And we were all still on there, and we like felt it rolling. I was like, feels like we're moving, and then bam, we hit the house. It was crazy. And so yeah, that was some of our crazy experiences while traveling. So everything is good now. We still have that same car, and everything is fixed, and our RV is doing great. And it was just crazy all that we've been through while traveling, but most of the stories are really funny. So yeah. Also, oh yeah, I just remembered one time we were staying in Boston, Massachusetts, and I locked us out of the RV too. Like I locked it, and then we went somewhere, and Dad didn't have the keys, so he had to get a locksmith. So Holly's not the only one that locked us out of the RV, but yeah, so that's all that we're gonna share today. I hope this video isn't too long, but Holly, come here so you can do our outro with me. She's dragging me. What are you doing? You pulling? So we'll see y'all next Monday. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on our post notifications. Holly, what in the world are you doing? Oh. Okay, so we'll see y'all next Monday. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn on our post notifications, follow our Instagram, which is Sis and Sarah, and yeah, we'll see y'all next Monday. Bye!